to show you how to aspirate mosquitoes into your bottles. But first, safety, we're still working with insecticides, so recommended at least minimum wearing some chemical resistant gloves. Things that you will need to aspirate the mosquitoes is obviously a cage full of mosquitoes or a container of some sort. You'll need a data sheet at this point because as soon as you load the mosquitoes into the bottles, the test has begun. You'll need an aspirator, so this is the one that comes with the CDC kit. However, today I will be using a different one that I have handmade, and we will have a later video to show you how to make these in case you have a latex allergy or something like that. Pencil for recording your data, and a timer that can count seconds and count up to 2 hours. At least one. More is also fine to use if you like that. And then your pre-coated, dried bottles. You should have at least 4 that have been coated with an insecticide and 1 control that has been coated with acetone. All right, so first I like to get my timer set up so it's ready to go. All right, and then about aspirating. So you want to be gentle with the mosquitoes. You don't want to hurt them because you want them alive and healthy for the testing. So to aspirate mosquitoes, you're going to want to aspirate them when they're about a ½ inch away or like a thumbnail's distance away from the end of the aspirator. You point the aspirator towards their dorsal side or their back, and then gently suck them up using suction similar to that you would use for a beverage straw, so that they don't come and hit the end of the screen roughly and become injured. So each bottle is going to contain roughly 25 mosquitoes. So I'm going to aspirate 25 mosquitoes at once, and then we will go from there. Okay, and it's very important while you're aspirating that you keep the sleeve closed so you're not letting any wild mosquitoes out. These could, especially if you're dealing with wild mosquitoes, they could be carrying disease, so protect yourself there. And then same thing when we load them into the bottles, we want to try to minimize their escape. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a control bottle first, so that way we don't accidentally contaminate our aspirator with an insecticide coated bottle. And to prevent mosquitoes from escaping, what I like to do is take a cotton ball and just kind of put a hole in it. And then I'm going to insert the tip of the aspirator around through the cotton ball. Put the cotton ball over the top of the bottle. And then I'm going to gently blow the mosquitoes into the bottle. I don't want them to bounce off the bottom of the glass. So I'm going to blow, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to gently tap on the side of the aspirator to encourage flight so they don't kind of get stuck. And that's that. And then once they're in there, I'm going to do the switcheroo and then immediately start my timer. And then I'm going to take a quick look and see if any of the mosquitoes are knocked down at the start and record that number, if so, in the time 0 spot on my data sheet. I should mention here, from this point forward, you're going to finish loading all the bottles, but you're going to keep track of the timer so that you check the bottles at the appropriate times, and you're going to record the mosquitoes that are dead. Now, dead does not mean necessarily dead. It could mean knocked down. So any mosquito that is unable to stand or fly in a controlled manner is considered dead. So if you rotate the bottle like this and they're kind of just rolling around on the bottom, that would be dead. If they're flying with their backs against the glass and they fly up real quick and then crash back down, that's dead. That's not controlled flight. And in the past, you'll see the terminology used was knockdown for pyrethroid insecticides. Because of the KDR resistance, you could get recovery, so they were considered knockdown. And for organophosphates, it would be mortality or dead. So we're going to continue with the rest of the bottles like that. When you're first starting out, it will probably take you quite some time to load all of these bottles. So that's why I say sometimes multiple timers will be helpful. You can have one timer for each bottle. If once you get comfortable with aspirating, then you can load them all very quickly within 20 to 30 seconds per bottle, and you can get away with using one timer. All right, so now we're gonna continue filling the rest of the bottles. So it's bottle number 1. And you're going to want to use a new piece of cotton with each bottle just to make sure you're not contaminating, especially between the controls and the insecticide-coated ones. And then with the insecticide-coated bottles, you want to make sure that you're not touching your aspirator to the inside of the bottle, which, again, the cotton ball helps prevent that. Okay, and when I'm done loading the bottles, I like to put them back into the box and keep them in the box when I'm running the tests, except for when I take them out to do the readings, especially if you're doing this outside, because as I said, insecticides break down in light, so the bottle helps keep, or the box helps keep the bottles from getting light on them during the test. And we'll just continue.
Join Catherine in the next video to learn how to record bottle bioassay data.